Hi there, my name is Kendrick, and today I get to interview Gian. So welcome, dude.
Hey, how you going?
Good man. Can you please let everyone know what your full type is?
Yes, I'm an ESFP, MF, uh, SE, Saviors with Consume, Play, uh, Sleep, Blast. That's the one. And
Gotcha.
number three, Social Type. Yeah,
Oh, you're number three.
yeah.
Oh, cool. That's
Mm.
interesting. You're an EP. That's a number three. That's like a weird contradiction. So we'll talk about that later.
Really, really.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, cool.
Um. Okay, cool. So what did you think, and how did you feel when you got your typing results back?
Um, well, as Dave said, I was pretty much accurate. Like by the time I consumed all of the OPS stuff, I'd kind of narrowed it down as an EP, so I wasn't surprised that I'm an EP, but I was very surprised at ESFP. See, I thought I was an ESTP. I thought I was savior thinking because I thought I was like logical. Sometimes I sound logical and I suppress emotions and try to control them, but I guess that's just the masculine FI. But yeah, I wasn't that surprised, but they were pretty surprised at me. Dave and Shane were pretty surprised at me getting my type right. But yeah, so
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, a lot of ESFPs and ESTPs kind of look the same, so it's really tough sometimes, like until you
mm, mm,
hear them talk. Like for example, with Kobe Bryant, I used to think he was an ESTP, and then I started watching
mm,
interviews. I'm like, he's talking about a lot of like his personal values, like FI. So it kind of threw me off.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, that's right.
yeah. Um, all right, dude. Let's go over your parts. Let's start with your first animal, and your first animal's super intense. SF consume, double masculine. All right, double
Mm.
activated too. So it's like everything all in your saviors, which is kind of it's good and bad. Good because like you're using
Yeah,
for power all day. Bad because like you have like really difficult access to your fourth animal. So
yeah.
let's hear your experience with that.
Well, I've recently got my type back a few weeks ago, and I've just been seeing it pretty much all day, every day. I'm just consuming what I want all day, and never organizing it. Like I consume so much. I'll tell you a quick story. Like I think a few years ago I got into astrology, and not just basic astrology. It was all into like natal charts and it's really detailed. And I consumed pretty much everything you can know about that in like a month or 2 months. And I just don't really organize this stuff. I just consume it because I want to, and I'm just sure of it. Like it's crazy now that I know, but all these years it's just been on like autopilot. And I've been processing my two saviors. They kind of work as like a two-way street. So like because of the masculine SE and masculine FI. So like, say I get angry, then I'm really pissed off. That's when I'll start using masculine SE, and like shoving, smashing things in the physical realm. And even while like dancing, for example, like clubbing, when I hear a song that like really hits that masculine FI, I get really aggressive physically. But also it works the other way. So like if I need to push something or move something, that's when SE is like the first one that's activated there, and then the second one, then I'll go really aggressive towards it. Do you know what I mean? If that kind of makes sense. That's
Um,
how I see it. Anyway.
I mean, I get the masculine FI part because I also have masculine FI, so that part
Okay.
totally get. Yeah. The SE stuff is a little bit different because I don't have SE, right? So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I can see people like you who are ESFP
Mm,
or people with masculine SE doing that stuff, but
yeah.
I personally do not do that. But it's interesting
Yeah, fair.
your perspective, anyways. Um,
Yeah.
but what about your play? Because you said that your consume and play kind of go hand in hand, right? Because they're like right beside each other, your two saviors, and your
Yeah, that's right.
um it's ST, right? So it's
Mm,
getting physical work done, or concrete kind of work done with the tribe, right? Or tribe collaboration. Can you share a little bit
yeah.
about like that kind of stuff
Yeah.
with you?
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's why I kind of thought I was a thinker as well, because I'd always like collaborate with the tribe to get shit done, basically. And I'm at university now, and even before, like we had to create a workout schedule, and I was like collaborating with other people for the like in a logical way. Like, oh, does this work? Do you reckon we should do this? Oh, I think we should do this kind of thing. Um, but also I see the high play now. Like, I guess I don't know if it's right, but I'm always like joking around in a flowy state with the tribe. Um, and masculine SE I can hold on to like a thought and then bring that back to a joke later, kind of thing, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm just starting to see that a lot more now because I thought I was consume sleep, play blast, but yeah, I'm seeing the channel changing with people as well a lot. So
Yeah.
that's just what I think.
Yeah, and ST play also likes dad jokes. Are you into that kind of like lame kind of dad jokes also?
Yeah. Sometimes, or just like really, really hard sarcasm. I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Or like really dry humor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I kind of float like that as well. It's funny though. That's just my style.
Right. The most interesting thing about you is actually your type and social type, but I'm trying to get us there as fast as possible because it's so interesting. Uh
Yeah.
you're like I don't know if you're aware of this, but you have the ultimate cognitive dissonance in your personality type. So we'll get to
Okay.
yeah, we'll get to that. I'll explain in a second. Let's go over your sleep next. So your sleep is the huge one for ESFPs. Like a lot of ESFPs really treasure their NF sleep, and
Yeah.
that NF sleep is you. That is you, right? So if people get that NF side of you, that's kind of like when you start trusting people and like really like
Mm,
feel seen, right? Um,
mm,
so and a lot of like ESFPs actually type themselves as lead intuitive because they are NF inside. They think they're like an ENFP or something because like
mm.
you are NF inside. So they're like, oh, of course I'm NF. I'm like, and like you are because of the NIFI. You are NF inside, you know.
Yeah. See
Let's
that.
go over the different parts of that NF sleep. The first part would be having a personal code that you adhere to, or like a mantra. Do you have like a quote that you kind of go by, or like a saying, or some kind of like just something that you kind of just always fall back to when it comes to maintaining your authenticity, you know?
Um, I wouldn't say there's a specific quote, but having it as a demon, I've seen it come out pretty clearly. And it's definitely sleep. So like I play football, like soccer, and I think this year, yeah, this year, I got injured badly and I couldn't play for a few months. And whenever like something bad happens or like I'm knocked out of that savior state, I go instantly to like the sleep. So I start organizing for myself. I organize what I want to do. So I guess that links to the FI. And then I just get really introverted in terms of just organizing what I want to do, what I need to do, and I rely on myself a lot in those times, not really looking outwards because that's kind of what I'm doing anyway. Always consuming, playing as well with high play, but then I just get introverted and really lean onto that masculine FI as well with like who I am, hold true to who I am no matter what, and just organizing that within myself. And then I'll just go back, and then when I'm like happy or whatever, I'll go back to that state of like the consume play, SE kind of thing. But I feel like sleep helps me a lot. Also, I think it's got to do with meditation. I don't meditate a lot, but there's sometimes when I do, and then I'm like, oh, I should do this way more often just to like calm myself and like organize my thoughts and feelings. So, yeah.
Part of NF sleep also is the reoccurring emotions that is happening to you because of the NI,
Mm,
right? NI is like reoccurring pattern, right?
mm.
Uh, what would you say are reoccurring emotions that keeps happening to you in your life? That's like it's like constant, that always comes back to this emotion.
Mm. Um, I don't know. I'd say, well, I don't know if I can count competitiveness. Yeah, okay. I'll talk about that a bit. Yeah, so basically, I get this feeling, say I'm in a competition or like, as an example, I'm playing my brother in this game. I get extremely competitive. And like, if I keep losing, it's like this pit of deep determination. And it's like violent anger within me. And that's a consistent pattern and a consistent emotion I feel when I'm in competition and I'm like losing. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like that violent rage holding within me. That's probably the most consistent emotion I feel that I've seen. But yeah, that's all.
I see. So rage and emotion, those are the two that. Rage
Yeah,
and determination, sorry. Are
yeah,
gotcha. Okay. So one of the things that Dave said to me about sleep, especially for you guys, the NF sleeps, is not making the same mistake again, because with the NI, and especially if you do your sleep processing, you would
mm,
know that whatever happened to you in the present time already happened to you before, and
mm,
up to you to prevent whatever is happening to you that is not positive, so something negative, to not happen again. So that's what NF sleep is. Have you ever given that any thought in terms of like what is like your reoccurring life problems that you've seen yourself uh you know get involved in the past, and then have you seen it happen again and again and again? And then did you catch yourself when it happened again? And you're like, ah, shit, should have learned my lesson last time, because this is not the first time this happened, kind of deal.
yeah, yeah. I'd say two main things. So number one, organizing things. So like I'm at uni now, and it's kind of forcing me to really organize my shit. And there's been so many times where I haven't like checked my emails, and my emails, I get anxious when I check it because I leave it and then I come back and there's so much shit that I got to now organize. You know what I mean? And it's that same pattern of just leaving it and then coming back like, oh fucking hell. So that's probably the first one, and then the second one's probably like relationships, like my dating life. I've seen the same pattern of me almost getting in a relationship like with a girl, and then I have a fear of getting locked down, and then I just like stub it away. But I still want like affection, so that keeps happening. That's happened like 5 times, 6 times in my life. So probably that.
And did you stop those patterns from happening, or do you just observe?
No, no, not really.
You're not quite there yet, so you're just
No.
you're aware, but not hasn't
Yeah,
stopped the pattern yet. Gotcha.
yeah, I think yeah, that's right.
Gotcha. It's kind of funny you mentioned the email stuff, because I had an interview with this ESFP girl a while back, and she works in like a corporate setting, and she said that she almost gets like massive anxiety thinking about all the emails that she has to deal with
Mm.
at work. So it could be like an SE thing, right? Like dealing with emails or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, and I have to go through every single email. Like
Yeah.
it's like I feel like I'm obligated to go through every single one. That's why it's like bit anxiety inducing.
Oh, is that like the high consume? Like you feel obligated to?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Just in case I don't want to miss anything, you know, I can't just skip over it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have
yeah.
demon, so I just kind of like glances through it. If it looks useless, I just delete it. And again,
See, that's fuck. Like, what if it's not? Like, what if it's really important? So you never know.
you know what, man? If it's really important, someone will give me shit for it later on. And I'm double decider, so I don't care if like someone gives me shit. But like
Yeah,
that's how I'll know it's important, when someone comes to me and gives me shit later on. I know it's not the
yeah,
best. It's not the best way to do
yeah.
it. That's what I do. You know.
That's a funny way. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then I don't, at least, that like, so I don't want to read all that shit. There's so many freaking emails, right? Why would you want to read all that shit?
Yeah.
Annoying, So, anyways, um, let's talk about your blast last now. Okay. Your blast
Mm,
last is double feminine. It's
mm,
NT. It's providing solutions to the tribe. And it's kind of like a big picture, long-term solution, because it's NI, right? So it's going to
mm.
solve a problem well into the future, not just right now. Because if it's just right now, that's just your ST play, right? So,
Yeah.
um, can you share a little bit on the challenge of the NT blast? And we'll go over the different parts, starting with this providing solutions to the tribe.
Providing solutions to the job. Yeah, I'd say it's hard for me to, first of all, even come up with ideas for others. Like I can, but I don't know, it doesn't feel natural. And then what's even more unnatural is like being commanding and providing them with that solution, like almost assertively, like the masculine T's would do, for example.
Yeah.
Because I got feminine T, it's more like, oh, we could do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like feminine as well. It's just I don't know. It's very passive. It's not my strongest suit, and that's why I don't like do it much. I don't want to do it, I
Right.
don't have to do it,
Yeah.
But until I do, and then it's really awkward. But class and uni and all that's really good, forcing me to blast and oral presentations. I don't like doing them, but I'm actually decent at them. But yeah, do you see the blast last right now. It's just fucking killing me. But yeah.
Your blast loss is not the worst because I see you relying on play a lot. So because you have savior play, you can kind of get away with a lot of things.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Um, well, your blast is gonna be the same as Dave, right? It's like double feminine NT blast. So, like at one point you could probably get to not his level because obviously you're not an INTJ, but
Yeah.
pretty good, but pretty good, Uh,
Maybe.
so part of blast is also getting started. Can you just share a little bit about like the challenge of just getting started,
Yeah. I just had an example before in class where I had to take someone through a procedure of like say a certain exercise that we just learnt, and I didn't feel confident doing it. So as I was teaching, I even asked like him because he's playing like a client, and I even asked him, "Oh, is this right? Like, do I do this? Like, I'm consuming more, even though I should just blast it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
That's
so. I
funny.
guess that's how it plays out in my life. Like, but if I want to get started with something I want to do, like, let's say transforming my body like through exercise, I'll just get straight into that because it's connected to me. But if it's like doing it with others or like setting up events, I don't know. I feel hesitant. I just like don't say anything until I have to, and then I have to make a decision to like organize an event or something. But yeah,
What are you studying in university anyways?
um,
What's your
exercise
major?
physiology, so pretty much physiotherapy.
Oh, I see. So that's gonna be your career then, after you graduate, which makes sense. It's like a very specialist kind of job. So
Yeah. And there's like so many, like the perfect student would be like the SIT kind of functions where they
really?
go through that. Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
That's
you
what
think you're gonna be skipping steps by the time you give people like
no, maybe I'll just be saying random steps like SE, just throwing it at them.
yeah.
No,
Okay. I don't know that. I have to think about like all the physios I've seen. Like I've seen people
mm,
like Quadra that actually are really good as a physio. Like my physio is an ISFP. So I think you guys can do it for sure,
mm,
Uh
mm.
I think the weakness that you're gonna have as an ESFP that like if I were to compare you with other types or like other physios, I guess,
Yeah,
is not wanting to guess on what the problem is. Like not relying on your intuition. Because like I go to a physio, he's amazing, but he's like a jumper ISFP, like FINI. And
okay,
so he'll like look at his patients, he's like, I feel like this is your problem. And he'll just like guess, just kind of like intuitively guess. And he's always spot on. He's like a magician.
really,
Yeah, he is like a freaking magician. And like I've never met a physio like that who can like just like look at you. He's like, I know what your problem is, just like looking at you.
mm,
Like he just like and he'll like prod around, touch like the areas. He's like, I think it's this one. He's like a sniper. He'll do like
yeah,
like the needle, dry needling. It's like
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
like chook. And then I was like, oh my god, my thing is gone. He's like, yep. It's like it's like intuition is magic, man. Like if you can get in touch with that NI, oh god, that is so good.
Yeah.
Like
That's crazy though. Yeah, that is crazy. I'd be going through every single step and going through all the different possibilities. Like, I mean, it could be this. We don't know yet. Like, it's feminine though. So yeah.
I think with the NI you can organize like I've seen this before,
Mm.
it's that kind of deal. Like, yeah,
Yeah, eventually.
yeah,
Yeah,
eventually.
after all that bloody consuming.
Yeah, but hopefully not 10 years later, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know. It's probably fucking well be, but nah, I'll
yeah,
try my best.
that's funny. Yeah. Um, all right, dude. So I wanted to bring up the social type because your animals and your social type are in complete contradiction. I'll explain why.
Okay.
So consume activates social type number two, and you're consume first, and it's double activated. Okay.
Yep.
And then play activates friends, number four, and you have demon friends. And then
Mm.
sleep third, which is activating your ego flex, but as a specialist, that's supposed to be your second savior, right? And then last but not least, your blast last, which is supposed to be the animal that activates specialist, because you're taking your known information and you're applying it over and over again and you're really honing it. And that's what blast is, right? Uh
Mm.
so everything's complete opposite for you, and you're gonna
Yeah.
have a life full of cognitive dissonance. Like how does it feel like having all this like opposite things happening within you? Does it feel like, I mean, maybe you're too young uh
Yeah,
to see the impact of that, but or maybe you have seen it already. Can you share that?
yeah. I personally feel like I am too young to see that. Oh, sorry, my battery. But I would personally see the cognitive dissonance in like me being an EP and want to try all these different things and do these different things just for the sake of like my FI, what I want. But I'm so locked in on football, like that's my area where I want to become the best in, like professional and the best in the world in. So it's like I have to really control and lock in on that. So it's like when I'm there in that realm, I'm kind of like an IJ, if that makes sense. Like I'm really just locked in on that. And then when I'm at uni and all that other stuff I don't really care about, I'm like, oh yeah, free flying kind of thing. I mean, that's all I can see personally at this age.
Yeah, right. That's I guess it's way too soon to tell. Also, I was thinking about something that you said earlier about
Hmm.
your consume. So you said that you consume a lot of stuff and you haven't organized anything. Do you feel like you kind of wasted your time and you kind of have like a leaky bucket thing going on where like a lot of things are coming in but nothing's sticking or nothing's staying because like you haven't organized anything, to your blast?
Okay, yeah. So I'll talk about that. Yeah, okay. So everything I've consumed like that I've wanted, I don't regret it at all because I have it like masculine central. I have it here. I might have it written out or organized like on paper physically, but I have it in my mind. So that's not a waste. But um, what you said about the fear, yeah. So recently I did have a fear of um in terms of information because I have a twin brother as well, and he studies at uni at the same uni. He's studying psychology at the moment, and I said, "Oh, how am I going to remember all this stuff that I'm learning now when I'm actually a physiotherapist? Like, I don't want it just to consume and then just like never organize it. So now I'm keeping all the notes that I have for like when I actually graduate, so I can remember like at least like 80% of it. Because I don't want to just consume heaps and it just goes out the other. Because I have a fear of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, I thought you had more, but I was waiting.
No. That's it.
Okay, okay. I felt like, oh, there should be more to the story. But okay, it's all good.
Nah.
Um, I guess that's the blast last. It's like you
Yeah,
stop
maybe just leave you.
yourself from talking. I'm like, well, what like because so when you blast, you're supposed to have a conclusion, right? So I'm like, what's the? I was waiting for your
Yeah.
I was waiting for your conclusion, and I was like, what? That's it? You gave me the facts, but there's no conclusion. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Oh, like, um,
What do you expect?
yeah.
Uh,
Okay, okay, that's fine. You're, um, did your twin brother get type by the way? Because if you guys are twin, you guys must
no,
type or similar type.
no, it's probably similar. Yeah, very similar. I'd say.
Yeah, maybe the social type would be different though, because I heard that twins have different social types sometimes. You know,
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. They used to Hodge
Sick.
twins, right? Like one of them was like a one, and the other one was like a four or something. So, uh,
Mm,
yeah, like I have friends who are twins too, and yeah, I have like two sets of twin, and one is like a one, the other one's a two, and then the other one is like one's a three, one's a four. So it's like, yeah, it's.
yeah, you got all of them there.
Mhm.
I like them all.
Yeah. So it's you can definitely see the difference between the ones and the twos. For example, like my friend who are twins with a one, who's a two, he'll always say things like, "My brother's always trying to compete with me. I don't want to compete. I don't care. Just like leave me alone. Like
Mm.
fuck off, you know." Like it's so
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
annoying. Just like I don't care. Like you want to be number one, go ahead. I don't care. Like
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I always think it's funny like with the social type. Like a lot of number ones, like they want to be number one, right? And they think they're the best. It's like you're the best because just no one cares to compete, you know? Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I bet you if someone
Uh,
would like because like to get to number one, I feel like it's like a combination of a bunch of different stuff. It's like a combination of hard work and talent and but there's also luck involved, you know?
mm.
So I feel like if you're missing like some of those aspects, it's kind of hard to become like a true number one, you know?
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah. So in your case, I'm actually curious because you do have flex second, and it is a savior for you. And you talked about football earlier. Um, So what is actually your goal? Is your specialization towards being a professional football player, or is it to be a professional, like to be a physiotherapist? Like which direction are actually?
Well, basically, my real passion is football, and I want to become the best goalkeeper because that's my position.
Yeah.
She's more specialist. So,
For the goalie?
do you know football? You know the positions, kind of.
Is the goal is that a goalie or no?
Yeah, goalie. Yeah, yeah. I'm in
Yeah.
the goals like with gloves,
Oh, I
saving
see.
shots,
Okay.
but
Okay.
and I want to become the best goalkeeper in the world for like the top clubs in Europe. That's my main goal, and physiotherapy. That's kind of like a backup, I guess. Not in case I don't do it, but because when I finish my career, I want to have something to do. Because most footballers get depressed and don't have any other path. You know what I mean? So I have
Oh,
like that as a backup, or like as not a backup, but like as the back third of my career coming. Yeah.
dude, that's NI. You use your NI there. You plan in the
Is it? There we go. Sweet.
dude. That's really good, man. That's NIFI right there. Like not like planning emotionally for the future.
Mm.
Because like future projected that a lot of football players got depressed after they finished their
Mm.
career because they had nothing to do, right? They're rich, but they had nothing to do. So for you,
Yeah.
because probably you still want to work after you finish your career, right?
Yeah.
So even if it's not for money, if it's just for like helping people, right, or something, or just
Mm.
something to do, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's cool, man. You actually use your NI. That's amazing. That's really cool.
Sweet. There we
Props,
go.
props to you, dude. Um, um, okay, cool. The other good thing about you studying physio also is when you become like, let's say you do end up becoming a professional football player, I think you can
Mm.
use those physio knowledge to actually like maintain your body too, right? Or at least you'll know when
Yeah.
something's wrong, right? When you get injured and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally kind of also why I'm studying. Like I love getting to know the body, but I can also be my own physiotherapist and help myself.
Yeah, 100%. And or like also at the same time, like let's say you're seeing like a physio or like some kind of therapist, like massage or whatever, you would be
Mm.
able to communicate to them exactly what your problem is because you have that background, right?
That's literally what's happened this year. Yeah, because I've been to my football club's physio, and we could just talk in that language.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's super clutch, man. Because
Yeah.
I work in the fitness industry, and every time I see like a physio or like a chiropractor or a massage therapist, I'll actually just tell them like which muscle is like injured and like which muscle it's connected to, right? I'll be like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm having issues with my iliopsoas or whatever, and it's like preventing my
Mm.
knees from activating, and like I can explain all that in detail, so they
Yeah.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
what
Yeah.
to do to fix me, right? Because I gave them all like the info, right? You know,
Yeah.
versus like if you come into like a specialist and you don't know jack shit about the body, it's like I don't know, my back hurts, like it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't, it doesn't
True.
really
True.
help
True.
them, you know.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's really good that you thought that out and you picked the right career. So yeah, dude, you're doing a lot of NI actually. This is really impressive.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I guess your NI shit for blasting, but it's good for the NF sleep itself.
Yeah. 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 But also, I wasn't studying that originally. I just realized I'm on 2% on my phone. But yeah, it didn't organize. But yeah, no, I just realized that. So I was studying nutrition science in my first year when I came here,
Okay.
and then I wasn't enjoying it. I couldn't see myself being like that empathetic person who builds meal plans and all. I think I guess I just wanted one for myself, and then I realized that, and I was like, nah, fuck it, I don't want to do it. So I just changed. And I was like, nah, I want something more practical, something I relate to more. So
I think you changed because giving someone a meal plan is SI dominant. Like,
yes,
like,
yeah, that's true.
yeah, yeah, because I think being a physio, it's a lot of like using your SE to kind of like investigate where the problem is.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but like SI, it's like a meal plan. I'm like, you don't even like blasting to begin with. So like you have to
Mhm.
organize all these facts and then give it to the
Yeah,
client. Like what the hell? Like
yeah,
screw.
for them, not even for me as well. Just wasting my time.
Well, you get paid, so it's not
I do
completely.
get paid. I don't enjoy it though. I need to enjoy my work because I'm doing it for
Yeah.
fucking for ages. So that was the main thing for me. I didn't ask my parents about it. I just fucking changed. I was like, no, I don't enjoy it. I don't care what you think. So and they were like, no, they were supportive. Yeah, good. It didn't matter if they weren't supportive.
Yeah. I feel like you changed for the right field. Nutrition is
Yeah.
still good though as an athlete. It also helps you, so it's not like a bad
Oh
thing.
yeah, very important. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I don't know if you watch tennis, but do you know tennis? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Djokovic, like the
Oh
best.
yeah, Djokovic. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he changed his diet. That's how he became number one. Like before he couldn't play as well, and then like he just changed his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
no, it's a
stopped
lot.
stop eating bread apparently, and then that changed everything. He said he was sad at
Wow.
first because he really likes bread, but he cut it out, and now he's like number one. Like I heard him
Wow.
talk about that. So yeah, like I guess he's a number one. Like he'll do whatever it takes to win, even sacrificing.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, I reckon he is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So do you feel like you can relate a little bit to that kind of like mindset where like do whatever it takes to win, or maybe not so much because you're not actually number one, you're number three, so you're specializing as a goalie, right? So um
Yeah,
what's
but
your
I do resonate with that though. Do whatever it takes to get that goal.
right?
Or like change my body. I don't care if I have to fucking eat foods that taste like shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do whatever I can to achieve in that field. But in other fields, I don't do everything I can. I can see that path of doing everything I can to, but I don't care about it.
So how can you eat whatever food you want when you have double activated, double masculine SF consume? Like that's like the hardest thing to like not, like if
See, I
there's like
say that now. See, I say that now, but I do eat what I want. But
okay, so you're a hypocrite.
but but I don't eat shit though. Like say it's something I want, like lolly, but I know it's bad for me. I'm like, nah, but I'm gonna be worse off if I do have that, and it'll feel even worse. So I don't want to fucking do that kind of thing.
So you don't eat the food that you want to eat, or
No, no, no. I don't. It's hard to make sense of. Like I've basically changed what I want. Like I'm controlling what I want now. But because I know what's in it, like a lot of sugar or whatever.
right?
No, I don't want it. Like kind of thing.
Oh, when you think about how it will make you feel after you eat
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
then
Like
then you don't want it anymore. Oh, you got disconnected. I'll have to pause this for now. All right, so we're back. Just got disconnected hit there. Obviously, observer
yeah,
have
yeah,
problems.
yeah.
um, all right, dude. So actually, I asked you all the questions I wanted to ask you, but I wanted to leave the floor to you. So, what do you want people to know about you? Since you know, we're doing this interview now, and sometimes I interview people, and they're like, "Oh, we wish we talked about this." So, is what do you want to bring up to me or talk about your personality type?
Um. Before that, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Um. Are you into Enneagram at all?
Not Enneagrammer, but I am into Enneagram, just not the
Yeah.
Enneagram. Yeah.
What's the difference?
No. Like, I talking about the organization Enneagrammer, or are you talking about the Enneagram?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. But like, do you know, like, you know about it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, because I just remember being like obsessed with that for so long
Yeah.
and never getting typed or anything like that. I was just wondering if like you had more knowledge on that.
Yeah, I mean, like recently I've been taking notes actually. I was thinking about where's my phone actually? I took some oh great, my phone's not here. But I took some notes actually. I was thinking about like the Enneagram and correlation with OPS. Like the one thing that
Yeah,
I thinking about was like if you have if you're a mope, like consume sleep or sleep consume, you're probably a number nine, the peacekeeper, you know.
yeah.
Um and then number threes and number fours are um they have savior flex for sure. Um, because the number three is all about achieving, and number four is about being unique and different, right? The individualist.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely save your flex because you have to stand out for both of them.
Mm.
So that's kind of like what I was thinking about. And then number seven, what I was thinking about social Enneagram 7 in comparison with OPS is that sevens, one of the description is they refuse to go to the darkness. And what I derive from that is sleep loss or demon sleep,
Mm.
trying to keep everything high because going inwards to see the real pain and suffering is difficult. So,
Mm.
so I see sevens as like either sleep loss or demon sleep. I don't have enough evidence if it's actually sleep loss or just demon sleep, but
Mm.
I'm actually starting to think it might be actually sleep loss. But yeah, I need more evidence, obviously. Um,
Mm.
And then I think I think Enneagram 1 is correlated with being an IJ or like OI, like
Mm.
you're organized, you know, because they're like very stiff and
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
perfectionist. So
Yeah, I see that.
so that's how I was thinking. And then Enneagram 2, I correlate that with save your friends.
Mm.
Either 2 or 4 will have Enneagram 2. Um,
Yeah.
and then Enneagram 5, I was kind of correlating with save your thinker.
Mm.
Like you have to be a thinker. And then 6 is also OI, because like they're afraid of something, right? Like chaos or whatever, right?
Chaos. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That's
So
interesting.
so those are some notes I was thinking of in the just the back of my head. But you know, Enneagram I think is actually really valid because like I stumbled on well, not stumbled on, but like when I went to college, I took a psychology course and they said that your personality is divided into 3 separate pies. So 1/3 of the pie is your MBTI personality type. And then another 1/3 of the pie is your environment. So like, you know, you've probably heard of the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you're closest to, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So yeah, that's why you want to, pick and choose who you hang out with, because then that's gonna affect who you are. Uh,
Mm.
and then the last but not least is your relationships with your parents growing up. That's the third pie. And the Enneagram, if you study the Enneagram, the original sin, or not original sin, is it original sin? Original wound, sorry. The original wound, I think that came from your parents, and also your Enneagram type was formed when you were a child based on what
Yeah.
kind of parents that you had, right? Like if you had like one dominant parent and one passive parent, then you became like a
Yeah.
specific Enneagram type. So yeah, so that's why I think Enneagram's valid, because like that covers that 1/3 of the pie, right? Like
Mm.
from that perspective. And like if you know what like the original wound is, then you know how to kind of heal from that as you get older, right? Like for
Mm.
example, like I'm an Enneagram 7, so my problem is, or before at least, was um I was not being empathetic with other people, and I realized I wasn't being empathetic because um I refuse to go down to the darkness of those negative emotions. Because if I
Mm.
feel those negative emotions, then I can relate to someone when I see them suffering also. Because I'm like, oh, I know how that feels because I felt that. You know what I mean? And that's how you
Yeah,
become,
yeah, 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 yeah. Of
yeah,
course.
empathy, right? So so then I went on a mission. It's kind of like I don't know if you watch Dragon Ball. Have you watched Dragon Ball?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like like Super Saiyans, right? Like the more they
yeah.
get hurt, the stronger they become. So I
Yeah.
started going on the journey where like as I'm gonna purposely get hurt emotionally as much as I can, and then when I recover, I know I'll be stronger. And like
Mm.
it does work actually. It's insane.
Mm.
Like we are kind of like Super Saiyans, but like
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
yeah. So I don't shy away now from getting emotionally hurt. Like I still like I'm hesitant, but like my uh inclination now is to jump, just go for it, because I know
Mm.
I'll be better off on the other side. And actually, it's kind of like the more emotionally you get hurt, I don't know if it's like a masculine FI thing or whatever.
Mm.
The next time it happens to you, it doesn't hurt as much anymore, and you're kind of like disappointed. You're like, oh, I was hoping to get hurt again. But I was like, oh, I built tolerance to it already because I masculine FI.
Yeah. Oh, I relate to that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're looking for like a bigger challenge or a bigger like high, I guess, to like
Yeah.
to kind of push your boundaries to see how much you can handle, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah.
yeah. So
That actually happened to me recently. Um, so I think recently, so there's two teams in my football club, two main teams, like senior teams. So there's an under 23s and then there's a men's. So the men's is older age group, obviously. It's a high level. And I think it's the best highest level you could play in Queensland. So that's my state that I'm in. And that goalkeeper got injured, so I had to step up. And in training, I think I was just having like brain farts and I was just like not playing well. And then the coaches really, really like ripped into me, made it personal. Like, mate, you won't be here at this club if you're playing like this, and like really hurt me. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I didn't show anything. I was just like a stone wall, but it hurt me even when I went home. And then I had to play the next night, and I think they were trying to like test my resilience. And I was fucking so first. This is how it kind of works. First, I get hurt, and then second of all, I just get really like determined internally. And then the next night, I played really, really well just because I was really determined and fucking pissed off, basically. And then the next time I see him, he's like, "Yeah, good game," and I'm just like cold, and I'm like, why are you happy now, mate? Let's just continue it at this point. You know what I mean?
Oh, you wanted them to hit you again so that you can level up again.
Yeah. Basically, I was like, oh, this is the standard now. Like, you're just being a cunt from now on. Why are you being nice? Like, you know what I mean?
So does this mean your coach has to be a number one? Because the number ones are ruthless and they
Mm.
don't give a shit about friendship. They just want
Yeah.
they want
Definitely,
results.
and he's definitely a double decider. Definitely, so he doesn't give a shit about you know taking jabs at people.
Yeah. So you need a double decider number one as your coach, like your
Yeah,
ideal.
basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sounds like that's also kind of the kind of girl you also need for dating too, like a number one. They're like way too good for you. So then you have to, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Also, I have another question. Yeah. So I was looking at 50 Cent, like the class on 50 Cent.
yeah.
Like, and I see that I'm like his exact type, except I'm number 3.
Is he number one? 50 Cent?
Yeah, he's number 1.
Okay.
Um,
No, he's different, right? He's consumed sleep, right?
no, it's consume play.
Really? I
Yeah.
I think he's I'm gonna look it up now. I'm like, I have the website. I'll give you a second.
Okay.
I,
Um.
okay, but yeah, keep going
Anyway,
while I look it up.
anyway. Same kind of functions anyway. And they were talking about how it's like how he's like got 2 masculine saviors, and they say like technically that's like sissy syndrome. Um, and they said like he's kind of like a calm Hulk though, and I didn't really understand what they meant by that. Like, could you just explain that? So
Um,
they're saying like because he has savior masculine, he's more of like calm Hulk, and I was like, well, compared to like Mike Tyson or something, and I was like, okay,
oh yeah, dude, you are right. Looks like your sensory is better than mine.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I have SI at the bottom. Okay, cool. So what's your question again? Sorry, I didn't quite catch it. So he's a what compared to
Yeah. So he's got double masculine consume
yeah,
at the top. And they were saying like he's like a calm Hulk
a calm hawk?
because they said technically he's Hulk at the top, right, with 2 masculine
Yeah,
saviors, and then like at the bottom it's 2 feminine, so it's like sissy syndrome.
yeah.
That's what they were saying. But they were saying he's more of like a calm Hulk because of the saviors he has, and I didn't really understand it. I was like,
That's the
is it
what?
because he's like because of the saviors he has? I didn't really understand that. I was like, is it because he's like relaxed aggression kind of thing? Like he's in control of it? Because that's how I relate to it, to them saying that. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
I'm trying to conceptualize what you're trying to say right now. Like I'm trying to conceptualize calm hawk, like that's what to think.
Yeah, that's what they said. And they're like, yeah, definitely. And I was just like, what does that actually mean though?
I mean, like just from a surface layer, it just sounds like, um, like the Hulk side is clearly 50 Cent can kill you if he wanted to. Like if you look at him,
Hmm.
you were in the same room as him, and especially in his prime, like now he's fat, so obviously he can't, right? But maybe he still can, who knows? But like before in his prime, he was like jack as hell, right?
Yeah,
So this guy's the Hulk. He can kill you. You don't even stand
yeah,
a chance, right? But he's chill. He's like
yeah.
friendly and chill. So that's why
Hmm.
he's calm. So it's like he can kill you, but he won't because he's chill. But if you but
Yeah.
don't
I
but
actually
don't
feel like that sometimes.
don't poke the bear because he'll
Yeah,
fuck you up, you know?
that's kind of like an 8-wing 9 archetype.
Yeah, kind of.
Hmm.
It's kind of tricky sometimes with the Enneagram because I see like number ones to be either number threes or number eights, right?
Hmm.
So he could be an eight. I don't know, could be a
Hmm.
nine, possibly. Um, but it's hard to say. Or it could be the tri-type, because you could have the 8 and the 3 also, because the 3 is the emotional brain, right? And the 8 is the instinctual brain. And then
Yeah.
I guess he would be a 5 for the logical brain because he seems pretty calculated also when it comes
Hmm.
to dealing with people. Like
Hmm.
I don't know if you read his book, like um
I actually ordered it, and it's coming today.
which book, the 50th law, that one or no?
50th law. Yeah, it's coming today at my house. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was an interesting book for sure. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, but yeah, he does have the sissy syndrome, eh? The double feminine anti-blast in the end there. Um,
mm,
I think I know where that comes out too, because it's not a feeling sissy animal. Like there's no F
yeah.
that last animal. So I think when an anti-blast comes out, it's just you like don't take offense to this. It's just you coming across as a dumbass and
Mm,
like a complete like moron because like that's NT, right? NT is like intelligence, right? And like,
mm,
it's double feminine, so you're like unsure of you're unsure of what your of your logic and like the how you've organized it and how you figured it out. So then when you have to explain to the tribe the solution, like let's say you like there's a soccer game and you
mm,
guys are trying to brainstorm how to defeat the other opponent. Let's say you and the other team, athleticism wise, it's pretty much equal, right?
yeah,
That
yeah,
means the only way you can beat the other team is here, right?
yeah.
Because like if all things are equal, then you have to outsmart them. Then, so then I think
Mm,
that's where you're gonna have a hard time with that sissy syndrome will be like the double feminine anti blast. You're like, shit,
yeah,
I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to fucking do. You know,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
someone in your team with like double masculine anti to
Mm,
to flush that out because then you're gonna be like, dude, we're completely even in every
yeah,
way. You know, you probably have fought a team that you guys were like perfectly like it was like it's like so tough to fight them because like
yeah.
athleticism wise it was like neck to neck, right? So
Mm,
have you watched UFC like the fights and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, yeah.
You know, at high level, it's not it's a mind game. It's not even like freaking
It's cool. Yeah, yeah.
like who's smarter, right?
Mm.
Like that's high level. So I think that's where your CC syndrome is gonna come out. It's like feeling helpless,
I think
like
I've seen that. I think I've seen that a bit. Because at work, I do casual work here at uni.
yeah,
Um, and we have to like work in groups and like we just pack cars and go out to different schools and do presentations to like little kids and do like science, technology, maths, and make it fun for them.
yeah.
And like sometimes me and my brother would like ask like stupid questions in like a feminine state, like, "Oh, does this go here?" Or like, "Wait, are we doing this first?" And it's like really stupid. Like it's a stupid like question, and then they just think we're dumb.
Yeah,
But like that double deciding, I already know they think that.
yeah.
But sometimes I do it as a joke as well because I just play on it. But yeah, I can see that coming out as well.
I think I think now actually just talking to you, just from my perspective, what I can see, the biggest problem that you're gonna have in your career, especially in football, is frustration. And I think that's gonna happen later on because you're a little bit young, right? But like, the older you get and the more challenging the competition becomes, the less you can rely on your saviors. And I think your whole life, your double masculine SF consume has gotten you quite far and has helped you succeed really well. But
Mm.
then you're gonna get to the point where that it's just such a high level that you now have to use your anti blast, and that's the only way now to get to the next level. And
Yeah,
you have no fucking clue how to use it because you don't use it, you don't practice it enough.
yeah.
Um, and that is gonna be the real test, I think, for you. It's like if I were you, I would start honing that anti blast now, so that when that happens,
How? How?
um, so it's tribe related, right? Because it's a blast. So
Yeah.
basically, you have to come up with a solution to provide the tribe, and your tribe is your football team, right? So
Mm.
you need to learn to start strategizing how to beat other teams, pretty much. Like that's the best way to practice it, and then you have to communicate what you think is the best way to beat the other.
Yeah, fuck. That's hard actually. Yeah, I have had situations in my team where I have an idea, but I'm not confident to say it. And then even when I've said it and I've come up with a good strategy, but I'm just not confident when I say it as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point actually. It's a good point.
yeah. Because if you study Kobe Bryant, like he's a similar type to you, right? So
Mm,
um he is like the ultimate strategist. Like he watches every single tape of every game. He
mm,
even read the rule book of basketball so he can cheat in the middle of the game. So
mm,
where he
mm,
can like elbow the opponent when the referee's not looking, right? You
yeah.
know, like he did everything to win, right?
Mm,
And obviously he communicated with his coaches like his thoughts on how to proceed. And even though it's double feminine, I'm pretty sure the correct him or at least take his perspective into account, right?
Mm.
And when you first do it, you're gonna be shit at it, and you're gonna be insecure at it, and you're gonna
Yeah.
come across as a dumbass, and that's all okay. You have to be okay with all of that, but you have to keep doing it until you get to like the level of like the INTJs, because the INTJs do it all day, right? That's why they're so good at it, right? So you're never gonna be an INTJ, but you can get like competent level. So I think that's what you need to do. So next time you go to like, or actually not next time, every time there's a soccer practice, or after a game, at least once you have to voice your solution to the team of what you think should be done.
Yeah, that's so
You have
hard.
to do
Yeah,
it at least
I reckon.
once.
Yeah,
You have to do
yeah.
it once. If you don't do it once, you're a bitch. Okay, like you're gonna lose.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. That's really good advice, actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
usually at half time, that's the best time because we've played a half of football and now we've seen it
yeah,
and now I have ideas, but I just hold it within.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
okay,
Now
okay,
you
that's
can't
fine.
hold it in. Now you have to say it.
Okay, I remember you saying that, calling me a bitch, and I'll get pissed off and I'll say
That's
it.
right.
All
That's
right.
right. Can call me a bitch in an interview?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
All right, dude. We'll wrap up the interview here. So it's been fun talking to you, and
Yeah. Same.
yeah, let me know how that next time you have a game halftime. Let me know how that goes. Okay.
Okay, I will. I will.
All right. Take care, man.
Cheers, Kendrick. Yeah.